Today is going to be a great day. I am Nikki G, your host. Welcome to the Lone Doctrine, the food for thought exploration station, and your place in making today better than yesterday. We keep it short, simple, actionable, and practical. This month, we've been talking about change, and we're going to dive right in. Are you seeking change? Are you going through a change that is difficult? I hope you can find some peace in what I'm about to tell you. The first step to getting through change is accepting that change is inevitable. Sounds harsh? Maybe, but maybe not. Change is a part of life, and if we first accept that fact, we then start our path towards getting through in a much healthier way. You might be saying, I don't want this change, or even I don't want things to change. It's a delicate balance, and there's plenty I wish wouldn't have changed. In the roundabout of thoughts, let's explore the pain and beauty of life changes. The reason for our suffering is our resistance to the changes in life. And life is, like I said, all changes. Everything changes, and this is beautiful. What do I mean that our suffering comes from resistance to the changes in life? Let's take a look at some things that give us trouble. Let's say someone yells at you at work. The change is rooted in the fact that we expect people to treat us kindly and fairly and with respect. But the reality is that they don't always do that. When they don't, we resist this reality and want things to be the way we want them to be. And so we get mad or hurt or offended. Or how about, say, your toddler won't listen to you? Again, you expect your child to behave a certain way, but of course reality is different. And when reality doesn't conform to our expectations, we are stressed out. Let's say you lose your job. This is a huge change that affects not only your financial stability, but your identity. If you are a teacher and lose your teaching job, you now have to deal with the changes in how you see yourself. This can be very difficult. Resisting these changes and the financial constraints that come with a job loss can be very painful. Let's say you have too many tasks and you feel super overwhelmed. What is the change here? We want things to be in control, but of course they aren't. New tasks and information come in, new requests, new demands, and these changes are difficult because we thought we had our day under control and now it's not. And so we feel overwhelmed and stressed. And here's a big one. A loved one dies. One of the ultimate changes in life is death. But what has changed? Well, the person is obviously no longer in our life, at least not in the same way, but just as painfully, we are not the same person when a loved one dies. We have to change who we are. We're now a widower instead of a husband, a father without his daughter, or a friend who is left alone. We want life to be the way it was, but it isn't, so we grieve. And sometimes we rage. That's just a start. Things change all the time and we resist it. Our daily changes, our relationships change. Other people don't act the way they should. We ourselves are changing constantly, and this is hard to deal with sometimes. So this is the pain of change, of not being in control, of things not meeting our expectations. So, how do we cope? We can cope with the pain in numerous ways. Get angry and yell, drink or do drugs, eat junk food, watch TV or find distractions are the unhealthy ways. We can find positive ways to cope with stress and hurt and anger, like exercise, talking about our problems with a friend, or trying to take control of the situation in some way, planning, taking action, having a difficult conversation, working out our differences, etc., etc., etc. Or we can embrace the changes. If changes are a basic fact of life, actually life is nothing but change, then why resist? Why not embrace it and enjoy it? See the beauty of the change. It's hard because we're so used to resisting. Let's put aside our resistance and judgments for a few minutes and look at the beauty in life changes. Let's go back. So, someone yelled at you at work. This person is probably hurting, frustrated, angry, and is taking it out on you. They are reaching out. They're trying to control the chaos of life, uselessly, of course, and are not succeeding. Can you empathize with this? Have you ever felt like this? There is beauty in our similarities, in our joint pain, in our connection as humans. Mentally embrace this beautiful, hurting human being. Feel his or her pain. Give your compassion. Now, here's another way to see the beauty in our change. Your toddler is not listening to you. Amazingly, your child is asserting his or her independence. She is known that she's a full human being, not just a robot who follows orders. Have you ever been in that position? Have you ever been frustrated by someone else trying to control you? There is a beauty in this independence, this fighting spirit, this rebellion. That's what life is. Okay, life is change, but also rebellion against control. Smile at this beauty. Love it. Give your child some space to grow. So you lose your job. As difficult as this is, it's an ending, but it's also a beginning. It's the start of a new journey, the opportunity to refresh your life, to reinvent who you are. See the beauty in this opportunity, the liberation from the quote-unquote usual way. So you're totally stressed out. You have way too many tasks. They're just piling on and piling on. This is difficult, without a doubt, but it's possible to surrender to the chaos of tasks and information and demands. You can't do them all at once, but you can let go of wanting things to be under your complete control. There is beauty in this chaos. It is random. It is crazy. It is life. See the pain of your resistance and the beauty in the struggle as well. Then realize you can only do one thing at a time and do that. Then let that go and do the next thing. By embracing the chaos and seeing the beauty in it, we can be less overwhelmed and less stressed out. This one's a difficult one, especially for me, because I've lost a lot of loved ones lately. A loved one dies. This is the hardest one of all. It is incredibly sad. But death is an ending, which is a necessity. Endings are necessary for beauty. Otherwise, we don't appreciate the thing because it's unlimited. Limits are beauty, and death is the ultimate limit, a reminder that we need to appreciate this beautiful thing called life while we have it. Death can also be a beginning, not in the sense of an afterlife, but a beginning for the survivors. While we have lost an important person, this ending, like the loss of a job, is a moment of reinvention. It might seem sad, but we are forced to reinvent our lives when a loved one dies. And in this reinvention is opportunity, which I think is beautiful. Finally, of course, death is an opportunity to remember the person's life and be grateful for what they gave us. The possibilities of finding beauty in our struggles with change are endless, and I believe that's beautiful in its own way. Beauty in our struggles, or even opportunity in your challenges. Our perspective can be a huge factor on how we approach change. It can be a huge factor in how we approach our everyday. You don't have to be this happy-go-lucky person, or you might be saying, I'm not all butterflies and rainbows. Not that there's anything wrong with those, but what energy are you putting out into the world, and what energy is crossing your path? Like attracts like. Your perspective over one thing can change the result of another. You might think someone walking down the road is giving you a bad look. You may say something defensive, and then that person takes offense because they were only just about to sneeze. All because of that certain perspective. We may not know the whole story, and others may not know all of our story. So as we experience change, remember that there's beauty and pain in life, but embracing the inevitability of change will lead you towards not only living your best life, but embracing the beauty more and more in every moment. Here's a great quote to leave you with for the week. Your life does not get better by chance. It gets better by change. I invite you to go back into the archives, listen to all the ins and outs of change, share this with a friend, and find your seeds of greatness. It's your time. It's time to make today better than yesterday. If you found value in the Lone Doctrine, or if you believe in our mission, we would be so grateful for your support. We've partnered up with Patreon, a place where you as a supporter can become a patron in helping us stay on air and keep fighting the good fight. By becoming a Patreon, you make today better than yesterday. Visit patreon.com/Lone Doctrine, patreon.com/Lone Doctrine, or the link in the show notes. There's a great quote, be a fountain, not a drain, and we hope to be able to continue to be your fountain of food for thought. The exchange in your support not only results in good vibes, but anything and everything goes towards the betterment of our mission. Thank you so much for your consideration, and an extra thank you to our current Patreons, and we hope to see you over at patreon.com/Lone Doctrine. We really appreciate you. We're hoping to continue to build an awesome community that lifts each other up because together we are better. I hope to see you soon on Patreon, and remember to always keep fighting the good fight.